session. So we started working on the lighting, basics of lighting. Okay. Okay. Understanding lights. Just give me a minute.
Excuse me, sir, you're on mute. That's very.
Uyabona yini lo mjida kulungile lapho?
Alright.
Kodwa uyamtshila lo mjida wakhe uyachubeka uyabeza.
Hey Jabul.
Network yami iyabheca mani la. Nakabuya lo mjida ngimtshela ukuthi Jabul network yakhe iyabheca mani.
Akumele yami yaphetha blind.
La guys, ningashare.
Mute Nobumu senija.
Ubomtshele wena ukuthi bonjabulo lana network yabo iyabheca.
Ngeke ngathi nami.
Basakhali.
Ngathi nihambile.
Asikahambi
Eh,
phela thina iyabhetha. Buka sesikolweni but nekuthiwa khethi iyabhetha. Iyabhetha Manuel, ubomtshela lo mtshini.
Ngeke ngize ngimtshela.
Usho ukuthini? Ewelile yathi ngiyalifuna selulethu.
Uthi.
Sorry, I was on mute. I
Awufika
have
uphakile wena.
just created a simple scene. Okay, simple scene wherein a cube is there. Inside a cube, there are 3 different objects are there. So hope you are able to listen, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw what you're doing.
Okay. It's a simple box. The purpose I'm creating this is, like I would like to show you how does this will react when I use a different side of light. So what I'll do for this one, I would like to apply new material. I'll go with all Maya materials only. First thing, I'll apply a default Lambert. Okay. And I would like to apply same color for all that so that you get to see the difference. Now I'm selecting this and I'm applying another material. This I'll apply blend. Different material, color is same. Okay, I take the same color. Then this one, I apply new material. I have taken Lambert, I have taken blend. Now I'll take Phong. For Phong, I'll use the same color again. It's the same. Okay, color is same for all that. So now let's see the Lambert, blend, and Phong I have applied. Okay. Now
Yes.
okay, so now lighting. In lighting, what are the main things? Okay. So we will be understanding the basic concepts of light, apply the concepts of reflection, explain the concept of refraction and refraction index, caustics, translucence, and ray tracing. So now normally light are categorized into 3 types: general lighting, task lighting, and asset lighting. Okay. So general lighting, it is a basic fundamental form of lighting that replaces sunlight and illuminates the scene. Simple general lighting, it's a main light source. You can call this as light source, wherein to illuminate a scene, let's say for example, your living area, there has to be some light source, right? Either
Yes.
it is coming from windows outside, or it's a bulb or tube light or LED light. So general lighting is illuminated scene. So now task lighting. Task lighting is, like it is focus of the light in areas where tasks are performed. For example, here, kitchen, or else you have a study lamp. Study lamp is a task lighting. So it is, it will allow you to perform a task. Okay. So it will allow you to perform a task, something like that. Okay. So portable lamps. So now the concepts of lighting, it adds a basically normally accent lighting is nothing but it gives a mood. Okay, it creates some kind of a mood for the entire scene. It adds drama to the room and makes room appear bigger and lighter, also creates a visual interest. So for example, uh, we can dim the lights and make it as a night scene. Okay, so we can increase the brightness and we can make it as a day scenes. Additional setups and all we can give. Accent lighting shows the spotlight focal points, highlighting paintings, houseplant, and sculpture. Okay, so that's what it creates a mood. So focus on the texture of a wall, cloth, or a textile material, or outstanding landscaping, outdoor landscaping. As compared to general lighting, accent lighting requires 3 times more light on the focal point. Okay. Okay. So that's of asset lighting. So next is artificial lighting. Artificial lighting, normally we do to make the elements or characters looks real. Okay. So it follows a standard approach of the 3-point light rig. Okay. Artificial lighting, we need to create a light rig. Okay. The 3-point lighting, okay, rig consists of a key light, fill light, and rim light or backlight. I'll show you 3-point lighting separately as a one separate class session. I'll show you that. So the key light it lights the object from the front. Key light, basically from the front, a source of light will be there. Fill light will avoid the harsh shadows which is generated by the key light and soften them and fills them with enough light to see the hidden details. Let's assume there's one light from here. That's the key light. So the shadows which created by key light will be removed by fill light. From here, fill light will come and the rim light is from the back side. The fill light avoids harsh shadows and soften them. Okay, that's something. The backlight is set behind the object to give a strong outline. Okay, to have a feature, common feature, to highlight the feature of the character. So basically, artificial lighting we do for characters. Overview of the light in this, like let's say light travels through a transparent object. We know that light travels through a transparent object and gets scattered on hitting a surface. So normally it's like this. Light hits this object. If this is the object, the material property is transparent, the light will pass through the object by changing its direction. If the object is something like this, light will hit the surface and bounces back by changing its direction. Okay. Light causes the following on hitting an object. When light hits a surface, these are the things which you can commonly see: reflection, refraction, caustics, translucence, shadows. Okay. Reflection, refraction, caustics, translucent, shadows. Let's come to reflection part. This is a reflection. The object is reflected on this particular surface. How does it happen? There's a light travels here. Okay, it hits this and it is reflected here. You can see it hits. So this is the part where it's reflecting. You can see reflection on a subray. So if the surface is very shiny, it acts like a mirror and directly reflects on all the light which it receives. So, okay, another thing, when the light reflects on objects, scattered reflection takes place of an object, gets its color and peculiar shades outside. So normally when light hits on this particular object and here, this object's features are reflected on this particular surface because this allows that reflection, okay, that glossiness. One get the true reflection of an object by enabling the ray tracing algorithm. So as you remember, like I have clearly explained, when we are working on Maya software, go to render setting here, Maya software. Here in this Maya software, ray tracing we have to turn on. If you turn on ray tracing, then only we get to see reflection, right? Okay. So then after this, okay, after this, another thing is I'll go back here. So one of the rays sent from an object is reflection of a subray when the first ray bounces off ray tracing. Okay. Okay. The two important aspects of the reflection are reflection map and anisotropy. So let us work on this particular light part and we'll get into this. Now what I'll do, I'll come to here. There are three different objects, right? Three objects are there, 1, 2, 3. So what I'll do, I'm not going to turn on any ray tracing now. I would like to, introduce, show certain lights. Okay. So this is more of a practical today. Okay. What I do, I want you to do there. What I'll be doing is I'll explain certain things. I want 6 different renders or 5 different renders. Okay. What I'm doing here, the same I want you to do. Create light, because it's like lighting is experiment. It's not a theoretical part moreover. Okay. So I'll tell you where we have the lights. Go to create lights. You have 6 types of light. Maya have 6 types of light. Okay. Ambient light, direction light, point light, spotlight, area light, and one volume light. I want you to work on this top 5 lighting. Top 5 lighting. Okay. So what I'll do?
Yes.
Okay. What I'll be doing is, just a minute. So I'll take this ambient light and I'm gonna place. This is how the ambient light looks. Okay. This is the ambient light. And I'm gonna pull this ambient light bit outside. So I'll zoom into this. See, the ambient light looks like this. This part is, like this. Okay. There it is. Yeah. Okay, like this. So it emits light in 360 degree. Ambient light emits light in 360 degree. I'm gonna place a view like this. So I would like to render here like this. Okay. So I would like to bookmark this particular view, bookmark, edit bookmark, new bookmark, apply, add to shelf. When I add to shelf, automatically it comes here. So what I'll do, if I click this, it goes here automatically. Okay. Now I take a render of ambient light. I'm using an ambient light. I'll take a render. When I use ambient light, see, this is how my scene looks. Okay. This is how the scene looks, wherein you don't see any reflection, you don't see depth, you don't see either refraction or glossiness. Even though I have given fog material, I have given blend material. See, my blend material supports reflection. Blend material supports reflection. But in the viewport also, if you see, it is reflection. See, there is a reflection here. In the viewport also, you can see some reflection. But while rendering, I'm not able to see the reflection, because that's the property of this light. The property of this ambient light is that. Okay, see, ambient light, if I select this ambient light, where is this light? Yeah. If I select this ambient light doesn't support reflection. It doesn't have ray tracing output. It does not support. Okay. So now what I'll do, I can reduce in the light. You have color. What I'll do, just go for an IPR. IPR stands for interactive photorealistic rendering. After selecting IPR, you have to drag and select the region. You need to select the region where the light effects should be there. So now let's say, for example, instead of this, I select blue color. you get blue light. You get different sort of lights. Okay, means you change the color, you get it. Okay, so that's the color. Intensity is nothing but the brightness. How much intensity? So for example, if it is a 60-watt bulb or 40-watt bulb, what are the types, means the brightness level will increase, right? Like that only. So if my brightness is white, if I make this white color, this is how this particular object looks. So normally the default value is 1. I'll keep it 1. Okay. So that's ambient light. Ambient light doesn't support reflection or refraction. Now what I'll do, I'm going to delete this ambient light. Now I'll take point light and I'm going to keep this point light somewhere here. And I'm going to pull this bit outside. It's like this. So now point light, you can see some reflection from, point light. Point light supports specularity, reflection, all that. Now, point light, point light, color you can change color, whatever color you want, you can do that. Intensity, the level, you can increase the brightness or you can decrease the brightness. You can see there is a reflection here. How do you identify reflection? I can turn off specular. Now specularity is not there. I can turn off diffuse. Diffuse may is nothing but color. Diffuse is gone, but specularity is on. That's illuminates by default is power on off. Okay. Power on off. I can turn on, turn off power. Okay, it's like this. This is emit, diffuse, and okay. Now you have another option. Okay, let me, okay, intensity, I'll make it as default as 1. There's something called decay rate. No decay means the light, it won't get decay, means fall off won't be there. Okay, simple example, take a torch, turn on, and target or closer to some wall. Okay, you stand somewhere closer to wall and turn on the torch and focus towards wall. You can see a lot of brightness, bright light falls on the wall, right? True, right? Guys, this is something like interactive. I think we may have to discuss. So the same torch, so you just keep moving behind or like outside, turn on the torch, so that what happens, the torch light, if you place your hand closer to torch, the brightness is more. Same way, you start moving your hand bit away from the torch when there is a distance, when the light creates a distance, automatically the light fades off. Fade off is in the sense, like the brightness of light will distribute. Okay, and that much of intensity won't be there, so that's a fall off. You can call it as a linear. Now here it is linear. You got the difference, right? Did you understand what is there?
Yes, sir.
When you turn on the torch, when you point towards the floor or the road, when the light travels a distance, it dies. That's what I'm
Nice.
okay. That's linear. Whereas in no decay, the light won't die. Okay, like that. So
Okay.
quadratic and cubic, these two are again filters of this decay rate. Now I make this to linear. You don't get that much. You can see light when the light travels, automatically it dies, something like. So no decay, you get like this. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Now again, point light. Point light is used in interiors, okay, or task lights. Task light, I told you, right, in kitchen or You have a
Yes.
table lamp. For those you can use table lamp, you can use another spotlight and all, but you can use anyhow. So now what I'll do next is ambient light is used for exterior scenes to create a day scene or night scene where it doesn't affect any, means evenly the light is spread. For those kind of thing you can use ambient light. Okay. Now point light. I'm gonna delete point light also now. Now what I'll do, I'll use direction light. When I use direction light, so the light is simple. See here, based on the direction the light will hit the surface. Okay, this is how it is. This direction light works only for the rotation, not the translate. You rotate, you see lighting. You rotate here, you rotate like this, you see this light. You rotate this side, you see here. It's like this. Okay. Direction light you
Yes.
can use for sunlight. Let's say for example you have a window here. Assume this room is closed, there is a door and there is a window here. Okay, this particular part. When the light directions from here, so you can use this from sunlight, automatically the light will fall over here. Okay, so you can use this
Yes.
direction light for sunlight or direct lighting. Okay, and direction light also you have illuminates by default, emit, diffuse, specular, all these are same. There are something called shadows. We will see shadows in the next session. Okay. Direction light you can use for exterior, you can use for interior modeling and all. Okay, means interior scene and all. Okay, that's direction light. Now I'll go to spotlight. I'll take a spotlight. Spotlight, the name itself says, what is spotlight? The name says, you know, you have a spotlight like this. This is how the spotlight looks. See here. Spotlight is having a cone angle. Okay, there's a shape. See, this cone is like this. Cone angle you can increase. Observe here the cone angle. See this light looks like this. When I increase the cone angle, these are the extra things only spotlight have. Spotlight has these things. Cone angle, you can increase the cone angle. The more you increase the cone, you get brightness. Reduce the cone. Okay, like this. And the cone is like this. Another thing, there is something called penumbra. Penumbra is nothing but it gives a fade off, means fall off. The light spreads. See, it's like the light spreads. You know, feather option in Photoshop, right? For selecting feather option, that's how this penumbra works. It gives feather. Okay.
Yes.
Drop off is nothing but the combination of this cone angle and penumbra towards the negative side. Okay, means it will shrink. The light highlights will shrink. Okay, it's like this. See, it's like this. So especially spotlight is used for interiors or this 3-point lighting. Key light, fill light, rim light is there, no? For that purpose, spotlight. You try using spotlight. Okay. Anyhow, you have the interior model. You use the spotlight, point light, direction light. You can try using. Okay. So I'll remove spotlight now. I'm gonna use the area light. Area light is one of the best used for interior. I'll show you how does an area light looks. So I'm gonna take this up. This is how the area light looks. It's like this. It's in a square shape. You can make this into rectangle. The angle you change means the more you scale, you get the output like this. Okay. And you can reduce the intensity to have an even output. Okay. This is area light. Area light can be used for windows or top ceiling purpose. From top, you know, you get lighting like that. Okay, especially this is used in interiors. Okay, we get a very good output with this. So I'll take off area light. Then I'll be using volume light. Volume light. Okay, this is something special. inside this or outside this, you get light like that. So volume light is having a wide range of options. Volume light direction, you want outward or you want inward, and what type of light you want. You want dark light or bright light? I want a bright light, and I want outward. Intensity you can increase. Okay, let's say. Okay, shape of the light also you can change. Okay, I would like to change this to cylinder or square or box. I'll make this as box. Okay, now what I'll do, I'm gonna increase this and I'm gonna place this here in this particular box. Inside this box, I'm gonna use this. Now you can see my box is getting visible. Okay. If I want to highlight any particular element, you can use these lights. Okay. Outward is there. You make this as inward. See,
Mm.
I have light only for the box. I want my box only to visible, nothing else. In that case, you can do this. Okay.
Yes.
So we can play a lot around using these lights and all. It's really, fun working with this. Okay, especially when you're creating an interior or exterior, you can create a lot of things. Now, even the light also, you can make it appear something differently. So I can add a different color here. Okay, like this. So I can give it here like this. Okay, smooth interpolation. Like there are certain things. Apart from this, you have something called down axis. You can check. Go it in inward. Okay, it's fine. Intensity, I make it 1. It's like this. So now along with this, if I add another light, let's say I would like to add a spotlight, and my spotlight is here, and spotlight penumbra, I'll just change this to 30. And if I make this as 4 box, okay. So still this is getting illuminated. This light is getting illuminated, but you have this particular scene. That's how it works. Okay. So that's the advantage of this volume light. You can, let's say, for example, in an interior, you have in corner some vase or some special item is there which you want separate lighting over there. So you can use this. Okay. So these are the default 6 type of lights in Maya. In Arnold, you have a different light. These are Arnold light. In Arnold, you have Arnold light. This is even advanced lighting. I'll show you Arnold lighting separately. Okay. Which is better than Pixar,
Yes.
more or equivalent to or better than Pixar and Roman. We'll see Arnold lighting separately. Now focus on this Maya light. Anyhow, you have the interior model. I want you to light the interior model which I have shared earlier. So, or else you have done an interior model. After texturing part, you just do the lighting of this and share me a lighting output. And what you have to do after using all these lights, go to settings, choose Maya software, turn on ray tracing, render, and share me the render output. Okay.
Yes.
Any doubts?
No, sir. It was straightforward.
Fine. I'll be sending this video. Anyhow, these lights are available here. Create lights. These are the lights. If you click on this line, you get this window separately. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are fundamentals, basics of lighting. So I'll be uploading this video. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye, sir.